All right. Apologies for that. And we're synced. All right, here we go. And the fourth match of the loser's bracket has begun. My bad. I know, banger, right? All right, Toasty Berica's up first. Let's see what they want to do. Fjorm is going to be repoing up.
One step at a time.
All right, Toasty Berica.
Got it. Which one's mine? Let's get moving.
Gonna go for the pivot. The all Hector team is a certified classic from Hubert, IDC SAO. Two Hectors, a Tharja, a Gatekeeper, and Walhart. Walhart's Refine is actually out of this world. Pretty tough to deal with for me personally, not gonna lie, but sometimes you just need a horse slate to do the job. But the great thing about this mode is that there's no merges involved. So it's all about how good you're gonna play. The repo for Legendary Hector. Legendary Hector is also a big problem for this mode, I guess. I mean, again, I played Gen 3 prior. We're going for our first engagement, and that Walhart has died. IDC SAO. I'm not sure if SAO knew about that cavalry effectiveness. But we'll see what happens next. Gatekeeper goes for the wait. Toasty Berica's coming up next. Toasty Berica, I've never seen someone who has so much dedication to the character of Berica. He has 4 Bericas at max, each dedicated to one stat. I think that's insane dedication and great dedication. If I could do that with Garrick, I would, or Avel, but I don't even have a normal copy of Avel, so there you go. Got it, says Hector. Hector with the DC Vengeful. And this next Hector has been bodied by the Sheeta. This Sheeta's axe, in fairness, is pretty absurd. Gatekeeper, Tharja, and the Kanto as well. Pretty rough go, especially with Veld offering that status support. I really do appreciate how Summoner Duel has actually validated some old units that haven't seen the light of day, like Solin and Veld. I'm actually really excited to see how Garnup's Refine is going to end up being eventually, because I feel like, because all the Marths are just really good now, I feel like the enemy of Marth in Garnup is going to be like really, really good for a Refine. Additionally, I think Garnup is one of the best villains in the series. I think he's actually like really clever and smart, trying to trick Marth, and like with the whole maiden disguise thing and the bad ending if you don't actually get the real falchion and stuff from FE3. I think that's how it goes. Personally, is that it? Personally, I really like Garnup as a character, and I feel like when he gets his Refine, it's going to be out of this world. SAO's moving first here, but he has a big disadvantage right now. 7, 2, and 0. SAO has, I don't think really has, she could do damage with that Axe Breaker right there. But the Dolphin Dive Axe is just so powerful, especially with the maneuverability that Sheeta has. But that far save is right there to support. So she could go to start attacking and maybe try to eventually get at least one kill. But Loki is right there with the heal. Tosi Berica is going to go. And Sheeta can probably just lay waste that next Hector with that effectiveness and the special being ready to go. That special being Glimmer, which is ultra damage right there. And SAO is moving next. The pressure is mounting for SAO. Can't really do much about that insanely strong Ascended Fjorm. And Hector can't really move anywhere, so he's going to hold it down, try to protect Gatekeeper, it's looking like. But Sheeta with that insane effective damage. Oh, he's going to go for the Marth versus Hector match. The reposition from Tharja to Gatekeeper. Or not. Tosi Berica's up next. And Tosi Berica is going to take out... Ah, I see now. Couldn't get the kill against Hector because of the damage reduction from his Refine, but that damage from Marth initially set Hector up for doom by the Dolphin Dive Axe. And now he is on the ropes with no one in the capture area. With 12-0, Tosi Berica is moving in, ending his turn, and is going to have IDC SAO try to approach, but could deal 6 damage to Marth. And the Gatekeeper can't really do much. It looks like this game is over. Shine Falchion. And Tharja has been defeated. Next up is just that Gatekeeper, and Sheeta is going to deliver the final blow, eliminating Hubert out of the tournament. But at least we get to see some Gatekeeper animations. Aquatic Attack takes down the Gatekeeper. And that is it. The clean sweep. All right, let's check out our bracket. All right.
What's my move?
Leave this to me.
All right. I'll protect you. We'll see this through. Yes?
Together.
This'll be fun.
What's my move?
My bad. I muted myself by accident. There's a lot of moving parts here, but I want you guys to appreciate the characters. All right.
Let's do it.
Tosi Berica. Do you guys pronounce it Baruka or Berica? Future Vision got the KO already. And the pressure's going on. 4 points already. Tosi Berica. I'm trying to keep up right now. This game's going pretty quick. All right. Future Vision. End's turn. Future Vision moves first.
Shush! Quiet down.
All right, here we go. I'm all coordinated now. Let's see. The choice. The advantage being pressed.
Let's go.
Was a pretty early start. Baruka's up.
Right.
Lots of debuffs happening from the other end with Loki and Veld put together. Oh my gosh, Loki goes for the Corrin KO. Pressing the advantage pretty early right now. Future Vision.
Right.
Creeps up. Can't really do anything with all those debuffs happening right now. Let's see what the next move for Toasty's gonna be.
What's my move?
Can repo.
Lady Niffle. This'll be fun.
Can't really deal enough damage to that Lucina.
Together.
Don't want to make that risk. Could just repo out. Let's see how Future Vision responds to that
I'll
reposition.
protect you.
Goes for the movement. Back to Baruka.
Yes?
Baruka goes for the reposition on Veld. Back to Future. No, never mind. It's still Veld's turn. All right, here we go. Veld is
I feel your
walking around, making circles around Ascended Fjorm as if we're playing musical chairs here. Goes for the repo back, maybe. Looking at the gem count, it's 3-3. It's going to be 2-3 right now once that movement gets made.
Is that it?
Is that it? Let's see what he does. Gonna repo her up. Decides to go for the repo. Baruka's, it's still her move. Can't crack that Lucina. That weapon triangle disadvantage is not there, even though she does have the effectiveness. That lots of speed and damage reduction going on for her. And we're gonna see if the two heroes get after it. Going for the harmonized skill, perhaps. Ends the turn instead. Gets some capture points. It's 8-0 right now. And the capture advantage.
Together. Okay.
Looking pretty tricky right now. Future Vision can't really put any dent in anywhere.
All right.
23 damage against the Marth. Trying to see what is the risk in doing that. But at this point, you might just want to deal some damage. Let's see what Future Vision wants to do here.
Okay.
Lady Niffle.
Let's go.
Seems pretty intent on trying for it. Has gone up there. Oh, just goes for the weight. Was that a misclick? Or maybe he's going to try to depend on all of the help that she's providing herself. Goes for the repo.
Right.
Oh, interesting. Whoa, looks like
Together.
Lucina's trying to hold it down here. But Legendary Marth tries to opt for the KO, or at least some damage. The Moonbow's going to bring it back. Puts him at 5 HP. Future Vision's move once again. Has Legendary Marth. Brings her up. Toasty Baruka. Finishes off the Lucina.
Not here.
And Kanto's away. 2 more units left at a big disadvantage. Toasty Baruka
Lady Niffle.
goes for the repo. Toasty Baruka once again.
Leave this to me.
Repositions with the strat. Still has the harmonized skill activated. Gonna activate for Loki. Has more. This is looking like a GG's right now.
Together.
Opts for the surrender. Maybe? Goes for the surrender. All right. Let's take a look. Hello, everybody. We are starting off this next match. Busting out the tunes. With some good old Shadows of Valentia. Toasty Baruka moves first. Let's see what this is going to be. The repo into Loki. Here's PM1. Assessing the damages, assessing the situation of what he can pull off here.
Lord, ask your
The
guidance.
chilling seal is clearly activated right now, but
What can I do?
that guard is affecting
I'm on it. I stand ready.
all of PM1's team right now. He might opt for also the additional repo as well.
I do not object.
Matching each character with repo. Moving on. Toasty Baruka. Creeping up. Going for that cardinal direction status down. Getting all the way up there. Probably going to camp out there if that's possible. My question is, now the interesting matchup here is that PM1 does have some color advantage over
Leave this to me.
Tosi, in that Ascended Fjorm is there. But
I'm on it.
there's effective damages against most of his team. In fact, yeah, most of his team from Summer Shida. So I think this is kind of an interesting matchup for sure. I don't know where it can go. Both these players are making their run in losers bracket right now.
Please, lead on. Goodness.
Let's see.
Of course.
Going for the repo, perhaps? Or the movement over there? Considering his options? All right. He's got 3 units to move.
I'll protect you.
Considering what he wants to move. Checking out what that Fjorm can do. That triangle adept as well. Gonna go for the ploys. Gonna opt for some ploy action right here.
I
That's
won't
a
lose.
risk he's gonna take. He's gonna
Let us
gonna
dance.
see if
Over here?
do you try to risk that trade with Loki? Do you go for the dance? All right. Let's see what Baruka wants to do. Thinking about the options here. They're both looking over what they can do, thinking about that next turn, what other possibilities there are. Shida maybe wanting to get into the action a little bit. Now, it looks like Regan wants to target and then maybe Kanto out of the after potentially dealing damage to Loki. We can see there that PM1 still has a dancer ready to go, but also he has Alm sticking in the corner there, a little distant, a little far away.
I feel your
Both players are working with Earth Rendering, and actually only one captain is in the capture range, and we do see that dance.
I'm praying for you.
We do see the dance with Regan. This could be risky. Is Regan gonna go for the KO on Loki, or is she gonna threaten somebody else entirely? Oh, here comes the protection. That's what we kind of expected as a counter. But maybe PM1 thought of this ahead of time. That Sather Shell's ready to go. And that's a distant defense. But Actually, that doesn't really work because I just remembered that it's far save that Ascended Fjorm has and not near save. So actually,
Over here?
that wouldn't really matter. So putting legendary
Won't lose.
Marth there is there, but we see that now. Is that a Cantobal situation? He's got to take into consideration what is going to be the consequence of taking out that Fjorm right there. He's going to burn a stone no matter what. Summer Sheeta still has her duo skill to be used,
Over here?
but we'll see what that means. PM1 is really pondering. Does he want to take on that does he want to take on the Ascended Fjorm, take her out of the situation?
Yeah.
He's going to go for the Marth with the Sather Shell. Takes out the Marth, probably the bigger threat, to be honest with you. Big damage because that Fjorm can't do anything to the Regan at all. The big risk here, there's no Dancer either. The big risk is obviously going to be that Summer Sheeta, but right now as it looks, that's the option that he goes for. So the decision to protect Loki came at the cost of Legendary Marth. A pretty scary choice. Still having the duo skill, but what's that really going to do? I think that's what PM1 wanted to anticipate. Was if he used that duo skill, would it affect? I honestly am not sure. I'm not up to date on like literally every single duo skill, but I do know that could refresh a unit. And no matter what unit that was refreshed after, oh, he's gonna proc his own duo skill. Brings everyone in, gets that 3-0. Tosi Baruka's move. PM1, big braining right now. Now it's gonna be up to Summer Sheeta to do as much damage as possible.
What can I do?
We'll see what happens here.
Over here?
That was a very smart pressure turn. Basically what he did was he had to, because
I'm on it.
Baruka didn't want to lose Loki, he had to position Legendary Marth in front. And then that decision had to come is who's going to be the one to dive to Regan. And he made the choice to attack Legendary Marth to avoid a lot of potential risk by keeping Legendary Marth alive and instead trying to attack Ascended Fjorm. And it turned out really well. Those are those ultimatum kind of pressure situations that really distinguish a really skilled player. Can you have the foresight to put the pressure on the opposing team rather? As we see, this next move, what's it going to be here? Still thinking. Just trying to see what he can do. Creeping Loki over. PM1.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just kind of hanging out there.
of course.
Going for the weight. The pressure is going to start mounting soon. There's only 2 units in the capture area versus the 4 for PM1. And even then, that capture area might go to his advantage just because Sheeta is not in there yet. Sheeta has not made it to the capture area just yet. And that could spell big time disaster. Losing even more territory and being in a deficit and losing your Legendary Marth.
I stand ready.
While Brave Marth is just hanging out there.
Over here?
What is he going to do?
I'm on it.
Opting for the wait.
This'll be fun.
Creeping up. Creeping ever so slightly. Trying to see what that Dolphin Dive Axe can do. Playing his cards right. He's out of range from everyone. And clearly, PM1 is aware that the Dolphin Dive Axe is the biggest threat to him right now. There's no dancer. There's no added. Checking out the defense. Maybe trying to make some big-time brain calculations on how he can take out that Summer Sheeta.
Over here?
Could try to go for the threat. Checking out the harmonized skill. Just making sure he knows what he's doing once he's getting in there. Making sure that can't screw him over. Just, you know, you got to refresh yourself. You have a minute to do it. Still pondering. Still wondering what he wants to make his next choice. Now, the thing is that with Regan staying and then being danced by Sigurd, that's what I think he's trying to plan. As long as what I think he's trying to do is calculate whether or not Regan can just kill Sheeta or not. He has 50 extra seconds to do it. Still calculating that harmonized skill. Still trying to figure out what are the risks of trying to take out that, or either keeping her alive or killing her. He still has a dancer ready to go.
Please, lead on.
What is he going to do? Still looking over the stats. You can tell that this player right now is trying to see what is the riskiest thing. He's going to potentially opt to end his turn, decides not to. Has 25 seconds to make a move. This could be a deciding factor here. He doesn't have, he is guarded. That's the other thing too. Can't start charging your special. Now, dancing actually over there puts him in a decent situation because at worst, if you can't kill, oh, he's going to opt to end turn. Toasty Baruka uses the harmonized skill. Puts Loki back. Loki is not really doing too much, but not doing too little. Dealing some chip. Actually, that's probably a risk you don't want to take. The problem with this matchup for Toasty is that Ascended Fjorm just doesn't really do a lot to protect their team. That matchup is just kind of tough. We're going back to PM1 right now.
Yeah.
Loki takes out the Regan. Wants to play it a little safe. Knows the biggest threat right now is that Summer Sheeta.
Over here?
And opts for the KO on Loki. And Kanto's back out. This is looking pretty dire right now. Down 2 units, haven't scored on the board yet, can't even get any capture points. Looking pretty like a steep hill to climb for Toasty Baruka.
It ends here.
Yes?
What's next?
Goodness.
Goodness.
What can I do?
Opts to hold.
Fine.
Is that it?
Putting out Veld right now. Seeing if Veld can do anything.
Truly?
Is that the
I
kill?
do not object.
I'm on it. I stand ready.
Look at that movement. Look at the coverage. That is insane coverage from one side to the other. Destruction. The absurd coverage with the dash back. And does have the triangle advantage with, or even though the disadvantage is there, is debuffed, unfortunately, from that chilling seal. Can't even get the KO on Alm. And this might be GG's for sure. Just completely checkmated. Nothing that really Sheeta can do. And Ascended Fjorm is kind of just useless on this map without anyone in range. It's just an unfortunate situation. And the surrender is there. And PM1 advances to the next round. GG's to all. And GG's Toasty Baruka.
また雨で。わかりましたか？藤原先輩はす